Good morning, parents. How are you today? Thank you very much for joining me as we talk about the laptop program in secondary school as your children move into grade 6 and beyond. And we are going to go through important information with you today on the laptop program, the order process, and support that's available for you. Our agenda for today is going to cover a wide range of topics. I'll bring it up for you. Today we're going to cover the laptop program. We're going to be looking ahead to next year. We're going to talk about the order process and the deadlines. We're going to talk about the laptop order process. Now, just as a side note, this presentation, when it's posted online, is going to cover both the laptop program and the iPad program, so that parents who have children in both schools will only have to go to one location for their information. But the information in this presentation are easily separated out for you to find. We're going to talk about accessories and what to choose. We're going to talk about resources and support for you and the start of year distribution, daily use of the devices in school, and what to do if we go online again. Now, looking ahead to next year, we have quite a lot of content that we cover with the children. They will be going into grade 6, and this will be their last formal ICT course. Now, in the secondary school, we continue to use the same resources that your children have become accustomed to using in the primary school. We use Moodle as our central sharing point of learning resources, where your children will get instructions from your teachers and also turn in the work that they'll do. But the quantity of the work and the quality of the work and the complexity of the work will grow with them as they progress through secondary school. Power School will still be important for the children as a location for them to find out where they need to go in school, what their timetable is, and also to document their family details. Google will continue to be our core office suite that we use for document and content creation and collaboration with our teacher and our students between students. The laptop will continue to be an integral part of their education in that it will allow them to work on content and extend beyond what was possible through traditional pen and paper methods. It'll allow them to do collaboration and access resources that are not available through physical means. And it's been an exciting program that we've had for a long time at the school. And we're happy to have your children join it. We're excited to have them join us. We will continue the work that's been done in the primary school of building on their awareness about online safety and what it means to be a digital citizen, though in truth, most of the content that we think of as being a digital citizen is actually now just part of being a person who is working and functioning in today's world. So we will continue to look at things such as online safety, how to protect themselves when they're online, how to interact with people, how to use resources that will enhance their learning and extend their learning. This is a natural progression from the work that we've been doing in the primary school, and it'll continue into the secondary school. As I mentioned a moment ago, in grade 6, it will be the last formal ICT class they have. As we move up the school, the children's technical learning with technology will be transitioned into the classroom, where they will learn content and skills in the context of the subject area that they are studying. For example, they'll continue to learn how to do charts and tables and calculations using programs like spreadsheets and in their science and math classes. They'll continue to learn how to enhance and extend and grow their ability to create content and documents through their language art courses, and visual media through their visual arts and design classes. So those content will continue beyond the grade 6 ICT class. We structure the work that we do using ISTE. ISTE allows us to have a common framework for conversations between teachers and with the students. It has got a set of terms that we use that allow us to shortcut the process of understanding what area we're focusing on with regard to the use of technology or developing digital citizenship. For example, a knowledge constructor is somebody who understands which tool they need to use to create a particular content, to understand that iMovie is a more effective tool to use than GarageBand when creating content if the content requires the use of video, but they might use GarageBand to work the audio side of the presentation, the video presentation they're making, and extend it so that the finished product is as best as it can be. We also continue to use Common Sense Media as a resource. This is useful because it has organized content based on age level that's appropriate for children at different stages in their life and growth. This is also a wonderful resource for you as a parent, and we'll come back to that later on when we're talking about parent resources. It is a wonderful tool because it facilitates parents to talk to their children about the use of technology at home and how to use it appropriately and responsibly. The same types of conversations that we're going to be having with your children in school and have been having with your children in school. And all of this will be encompassed by our RUP, our Responsible Use Policy, and also U2R, Unplug to Recharge. The Responsible Use Policy is the school's in-house set of expectations for children with the use of technology. Unplug to Recharge is our policy and practice of guiding students to recognize that it's good for them to take time away from their screens, to step away and to talk to people in the real world, or to go outside and get exposed to sun. It's a program that we've been using for many years to help guide the children in the development and understanding of the importance of technology and also taking breaks from technology. Now, most importantly for this year and this conversation is the order process and deadlines that we have for the laptop program. And these are very similar to the iPad program. So if you have a child in both the primary school and secondary school, these deadlines will apply to you equally. What's really important for everyone to understand is that unfortunately, due to the impact COVID has had on the global logistics and delivery and construction of electronic devices, we are looking at longer delivery times and lead times for orders. So it's very important that you place your order as soon as possible. We have moved the window for placing our orders forward by 1 full month. We did this last year as well, to ensure that the devices are ready for the students at the start of the school year. Unfortunately, despite our best efforts and despite the best efforts of our partner Senko MassLink, we cannot guarantee that orders will arrive, but by placing them early, it will help and make sure that we have a higher chance of this hopeful outcome. So please do make sure that you place your orders as soon as possible. From today, you can place your order online, and there's going to be a link that I'll share with you later on. Actually, I will share this entire presentation and a link to this video by email to all the families so that you have easy access to the content that we're sharing with you today. From today, you'll be able to place your order through our online purchasing portal. From now until the 27th of May, we ask that you place your order. If for some reason you cannot make the 27th of May deadline, please still place your order and contact the school though. there is a point at which we might recommend a different course of action for you if you're unable to place your order before the 27th of May. From June through August, the devices will be prepared, they'll be cloned, which is the installation of the configuration that we need for school use, onto the devices. And then in August, it says the first week, it's the week before the first week of school. So the week before everybody returns, we will do a distribution of the devices. And I'll come back to that a little later on in this live stream. When you're placing your order, you'll visit this website. And again, the link will be shared with you later on. You'll want to select the ISF Academy. And then if you have an account, you can use that to sign in. If not, you'll want to create a new registration. Please register with your ISF parent email account. This is really important because by using your ISF parent account, it verifies your eligibility for the education discount. So by using your parent account, it confirms that you can get the discount that's available. If you are a new family to the school and you do not yet have your ISF email account, that's okay, that's fine. Senko understands this, and they've worked with many parents in the past to help their purchase process. And all you will need is the letter of acceptance from the school to verify your eligibility for the education discount. Once you're logged in, you're going to be presented with two options: purchasing from the one-to-one program and home purchases, which you can also do. So you'll want to select the one-to-one program. But just as a side note for home purchases, there are other items that you can purchase at any point in time through the course of the year from this website. And feel free to explore it at your leisure. But when you log in, you're going to want to join or click on the one-to-one program. And you'll be taken to a screen that'll look somewhat similar to this. You'll be presented with each of the models that are available, and you'll see the iPad program for children in primary school and the iPad program. And you'll also see the 4 models of laptops that are available. We're going to focus on 3 today that are appropriate for grade 6 students. And if you want to look at the 4th model, which is a higher powered and slightly larger laptop that is useful for students who are in the visual arts programs, in the DP program, and the design program, you can have a look at that. But for the grade 6 students, that's actually 6 through 9, the 13-inch or 14-inch laptops are the most appropriate choice for your children. So let's look at the 3 packages that are available and help you understand which one you might want to choose. The first one that we've got is the MacBook. Oh, sorry, I wanted to touch base on this. In 2020, Apple changed the architecture, the design of their laptops. They replaced the heart of their laptops, the CPU, the brain of the computer, with something called the M1 chip. They used to use the Intel chip, but from 2020, they created their own chip that is called a SSO. It's a system, single system on a chip. And it is, because everything is included on a single chip, the entire performance of the device is much faster. It requires less power, so it has a longer lifetime on a battery, and it integrates the graphics processor, which is going to increase the overall performance of the laptop. So it's very exciting that they've done this, that Apple has done this, and the performance of the devices has been noticeably better than the previous architecture that they used to use. So all 3 models that we have this year are going to use the M1 chip. Now, one of the questions that comes up a lot is, what if my child already has a laptop? That's fantastic. Great. It can even be a Windows computer if that's what you have. We will support your child's laptop to the best of our ability. There are a few conditions that we ask you to make sure your child's laptop has if you decide to go down this route, such as that the laptop is less than 3 years old. Older laptops, their performance tend to begin to deteriorate at 3 years. And so we want to make sure that your child's laptop is performing as optimally as it can. So we want to make sure that your laptop is also compatible with the latest operating systems. So if your laptop is older, like say 5 years old, you might not be able to install the latest operating system, which means that your laptop might not be compatible with updates and some of the software that the children will use. Information on these minimum requirements can be found on our Shunyu website, the hub, which will be shared with you at the end of this presentation. I'll email this out to everybody. So let's look at the 3 packages that are available. Each of the packages include a 3-year AppleCare warranty. This covers hardware repairs and up to 2 incidents of accidental damage. There is a handling fee. This is currently $799. Please understand that it is subject to change. You'll need to check at the time, should you need this, what the handling fee is. But Senko has been pretty good about holding it steady at this. So the 3-year warranty is included in the purchase of the laptop. And it has been, if you purchase the laptop directly from Apple, you will only get a 2-year warranty. So this is a special arrangement that's been created by our partnership with Senko MassLink. The other thing that's included in the package is a USB-C to USB-A adapter. This is important, as all of the modern MacBooks have a USB-C connector, but the world still does use the USB-A type connection, the square rectangle connection that you are probably very familiar with. You'll see that on the left side, that square connector. We have sensors that we use with the students in the science lab and some of the devices that we connect up for robotics in the design that use the USB-A, the square connector type. So we need an adapter. And this is something that the students can just throw in their backpack and keep handy for whenever they may or may not may use it or may need it. And then you can select one of the 3 packages. The first package, which is a very popular one, is the MacBook Air. Parents like it because it is light. It is a little bit lighter than the other laptops, and it meets the minimum needs of our students. It has the M1 chip and 8 gigabytes of memory, which is the minimum that we would want the children's laptops to have. If the laptop is older and only has 4 gigabytes of memory, it won't perform fast enough for the children to be able to do some of the work that they need to do. And then the minimum storage that we require is 256 gigabytes. That's the minimum needed to make sure that the children have enough space to store their work for a year. At the end of the year, they'll want to offload any content that they no longer need to an external hard drive or cloud storage just to free up space. But a minimum of 256 is our requirement. And then we find that the 13-inch screen is the perfect size for the children. It's not too large, so the laptop is difficult to carry around, and it's not too small, making it hard to see content or read content. The screen quality is very high. The Apple laptops screens are some of the best in the world, and the laptop battery lasts a long time. It'll last a full day on typical use. Even though the laptop does last a full day, we do recommend that the children come to school with their chargers, just because sometimes if they're doing heavy work, such as video editing, their laptop might not last the full day. So please do include in their backpack the charger for their laptop. The second package is the 13-inch MacBook Pro. And this one is the one that I generally recommend for children. There is, because of the new M1 chip, the difference between the MacBook Air and the MacBook Pro has decreased. But in general, the MacBook Pro is a workhorse laptop. It's got a little bit more power, and it also has fans to help cool the laptop so that when it is operating at higher demand, it stays cooler, which means that it'll continue to perform well. Similarly, it has 8 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabytes of storage, and the same 13-inch screen, and ports that allow it to connect to external devices. And in general use, it can get about 17 hours of work time. Again, that's for just general internet surfing or working online. But if they start doing any heavier work, such as working with graphics, the laptop's battery will not last the full 17 hours. But it's great if it's fully charged in the morning. It will last through most of the day. The third package that we have is the MacBook Pro 14, and this is a new model that's available from Apple. This is updated this year. It has the M1 Pro chip in it, which is a more powerful chip, and it is a much better device for children who are interested in graphics, video editing, photos, and more. It also has larger RAM, or higher RAM, 16 gigabytes. So it's able to handle more information in its memory at a single time, and a larger storage drive of 512 gigabytes. So if your child is going to be doing a lot of editing, video editing and photo editing, or creating music on their laptop, this would be a good model for the children to have. But as I said, the package B and package A, the MacBook Air, are all perfectly fine for the children, and it'll last them for 3 years very, very well. One other thing with the MacBook Pro 14-inch, the package C, is that it has additional ports. The others just have 2 ports on them. This one has 3 and a card reader. Also, it has the HDMI port built into it and a headphone jack for traditional wired headphones. The benefit of having the HDMI port built into the laptop is that you don't need an adapter to connect your laptop to, let's say, a TV monitor using the HDMI cable. All 3 models support the latest Mac OS, Apple App Store for access to applications safely from the App Store, GarageBand, iMovie, and a hard drive that's big enough for them to do their work. Your children are also eligible to download and install Microsoft Office using their ISF school account. They'll be instructed how to do this in their ICT class. But these 3 models are great. We've been using similar models each year with the children to great effect. And you can comfortably you can rest assured that these will meet their needs, and if taken care of, will last 3 to 4 years. So if I'm buying a laptop, are there any accessories that I should choose? The most important one is a good backpack. A backpack that's got a slip sleeve in it that'll securely hold the laptop in it without having it fly out of the backpack and jostle around inside the backpack to damage it. So that's probably the most important purchase that you can make, is a good sturdy backpack for the children. And you also will want to pick up a case, a protective case. Now, we don't include that in the laptop package the same way that we do with the iPads, because some families and children have a preference for the type of case that they want to purchase. So we allow you the freedom to pick up a case that you would like. And they are available through the the online portal, and you can purchase them directly through Senko MassLink. If you ever need an extra USB-C to USB-A adapter, you can pick one up through their app store as well. And then the other thing that's useful is an external hard drive for backing up your laptop. However, the problem with an external hard drive is that it's only as good as the last backup that you made. So if you don't connect the external hard drive up to your laptop, then you're not backing your laptop up. So if anything happens to your laptop, you will lose the work that's on there. So my better recommendation for backing up your laptops is not an external hard drive, but is a cloud service. iCloud, you can purchase additional storage space, and it's nice because it integrates well with the operating system, or you can use a third-party program such as Carbonite. Now, I personally use Carbonite, and I've been using Carbonite for about 15 years, and it allows me to back up multiple devices because I can purchase additional devices, and it stores it all in a single user account. So I've got my desktop backed up, I've got my laptop backed up, and I can access it from any device. But iCloud is a backup solution for your laptop, or, as I said, a third-party backup solution is a great way to go. I recommend those over buying an external hard drive. Next up are parent resources, things to help you and help you help your children. In addition to the Shunyu website, the hub, having information on the one-to-one program, where you will find all of the information that I've shared with you, a link to this live stream, and a link to this presentation that I am sharing with you now. You'll find information on the purchase process for your laptop. You'll also find some frequently asked questions available to you. So this is a great place to check if you have any questions. Additionally, we have the IT Help Desk in Charles Cow Square. This is available for any child to walk up and get assistance with their laptop. They've been doing this with their iPads, and so the children know where it is and know how to interact with the technicians. It's available from 8 a.m. until 4 and is manned by technicians who know how to work with your child's laptop, and if there's any problems or damages to their laptop, they will know how to process that and pass that on to Senko for support and repair. We try very hard to do repairs on site if we can, and if we can't, the device will be sent off to Senko's workshop for repairs. So we are able to do in-house repairs and service and support for most of the work that's done. If we find ourselves in a situation where the school is closed and we're unable to man the help desk, or people are unable to come on campus and go to the IT help desk, you're able to contact Senko MassLink directly using the phone number and email on the screen. Those are available to you also from the Shunyu website. They have an office in Taikushing where you can go and get on-site service in the exact same way that you would if your child was to go to the IT help desk in Charles Cow Square. And then finally, because you have purchased Apple Care Plus, you can take your laptop to any Apple store globally. So if you're here in Hong Kong, you can go to the ones in Hong Kong, or if you're traveling on holiday and you need to repair your laptop, you can go to any Apple store and be able to get your laptop repaired. So that's a great part of the package program, is that you've got service and support available to you to help make sure that your child laptop is working as best it can. Another question that comes up from parents is, does my child need an App Store account? And the answer to that is yes. If you haven't done so already, you're going to want to create an App Store account for your child where they will be able to download and install applications. Now, if the thought of your child being able to download and install applications on their own scares you, I'm right there with you. I don't recommend that you just give your child free rein to the App Store. What we recommend is that you create a family sharing account and relationship with your child's App Store account. There's information, and I'm going to provide you a link to these shortly. So the Apple Family Sharing is a wonderful system. I've been using this for many years with my own family and my own children. I created an account using my personal email address, and my children have each created an account with their personal email addresses. Side note on that, please do not use your ISF account to create your Apple App Store accounts. Don't use your parent account, and don't have your children create their own account using their ISF student account. This should be done using your personal email accounts. So you'll do this, create an account for your child, and then create an account for yourself. And then what you can do is you can manage your child. So if they go to the Apple App Store and they want to purchase something, what will happen is you get a message saying your child wants to purchase application X. You, the parent, get to decide whether they get that or not. So your child doesn't have free rein access to install anything they want to on their laptop through the App Store. And this extends not just through applications, but also to books and to movies and music as well. Now, if you have a family sharing account, what that also does is it extends your iCloud. So if you've purchased additional storage space for your family, iCloud and storage backup, that's shared amongst all your family members. So I have a personal iCloud account that I have enhanced by buying additional storage space, and each of my 3 children and my wife, all of their content is backed up, so we know that their phones and their laptops are securely backed up. And yes, for those of you who are listening, I actually do pay for 2 backup solutions. I do pay for iCloud, and I do pay for Carbonite. I actually trust Carbonite a little bit more, and I like the way Carbonite works across multiple operating systems. So yeah, I do pay for both. Instructions on how to set up Apple Family Sharing is available in any language. These links will be available to you through our website, and you can select a language that will help you go through the process of setting up the accounts very easily. In addition to providing you information about the one-to-one program, our Shunyu website has information to help you parent your children who have technology. It's a complicated world, we understand that. So you need access to resources and guidance that will help you. So under the parent support page of our Shunyu website, there's information to help you from having conversations to your children to setting expectations and guidelines, and links to things such as common sense media and more. There's videos for you to watch with your children that are very helpful, that help you have the type of conversation you want to have with your children about setting boundaries and setting expectations. So I highly recommend that you take the time to go through and explore the parent support page on our Shunyu website. And if you have any questions, of course, you can always reach out to us as well. Next up is the distribution and the start of next year. So once you've placed your order and the orders have been fulfilled and prepared and cloned and made ready for the start of the school year, we will distribute them to the children and to you directly in the week before school starts. The laptops will be distributed on the 15th of August, it's the Monday, and the iPads will be distributed on the 16th of August, the Tuesday. If you have a child who's in both schools, in the secondary school and the primary school, don't worry, you don't have to come both days. You can come on the Tuesday. Please don't come on the Monday and try to pick up an iPad. So if you have a child in both schools, come to school on the 16th, Tuesday, to collect both devices. But starting from 10 a.m., we will invite families to come into school on campus and collect your orders. You'll be able to get all the items that you purchase, go through, open the device, turn it on, make sure it's working. If there are any problems, we'll have technicians and Senko MassLink on hand to respond to those and support you as needed. But generally, we don't have any problems. You'll be able to collect everything and then take them home and have them at home for the week before we go back to school, giving you and your child an opportunity to get comfortable with the device, to move into it, as it were, and to set it up to the way in which they want to work. So the laptop will come back to the school the following week. Now, in secondary, unlike in the primary school, the laptop goes home with the children each day at the end of school. In the primary school, the iPads stayed at school, they stayed in the classroom, and only went home over long holidays, Christmas and Chinese New Year. The children are older, and the work they're going to be doing is more demanding, and so they need access to their laptops. So their laptops will come home with them every day. Now, any device, if you not purchased through Senko MassLink. So let's say, for example, you have a laptop that you want your child to use in the secondary school. As I said before, great, that's awesome. It needs to be configured for use on campus. It has to have the school Wi-Fi set up. It has to have the drivers for the school printers installed on it. And that will be the minimum requirements to get it ready for the start of the school year. You can bring your laptop into the school during that same week, the week before school starts, and drop it off at the IT help desk. Now, I need to be very clear on this one. Because of the amount of work that will be done, you'll need to leave the device with the IT help desk for a minimum of 24 hours. It might be longer depending on how many devices they have to support and configure. So it can be anywhere from 1 day to 3 or 4 days if they have a lot going on. Now, hopefully, we don't find ourselves in the situation where the school is shut down and we are unable to have the IT help desk open. But if we do find ourselves in that unfortunate situation, we will communicate with you how you'll be able to drop the device off and how we'll be able to get it ready for the start of the school year. So no worries on that one. And you'll have information in plenty of time to be able to prepare yourself and your child. And unlike the iPads, if you bring a laptop in to be configured on campus, all of your content will not be erased. That's just for the laptops. For the iPads, the content will be erased. Also, one other thing to be clear on, the iPads are part of our MDM control system, where we're able to push applications out to the children's iPads, and we also can manage the configuration. The laptops are not part of a control system. They are not part of the school's MDM platform. The students are more responsible and older, and so we expect them to take ownership of their device as part of their growth and development. Now, I know that at times that can be messy and difficult, and not every child is at the same level as everybody else. We all grow and develop at our own rates. But the children are in charge, or the children and the family are responsible for managing the updates on their laptops. And as such, when the laptop is sent into school, it is not wiped and during the configuration process. Now, what does daily use of the devices look like? Similar to the primary school, the children don't sit and stare at their laptops for hours on end. And during the natural course of a class, the children will work on their laptop when it's needed. and then they'll look up at the teacher for instruction, or they'll look at a classmate sitting next to them and collaborate on work. The children don't sit and stare at their screen the whole time. They also don't sit in front of their laptops for hours at a time. As you would expect, they have to get up, they'll move around the classroom, maybe get up and go speak to the teacher, or go over to another table to work with a classmate. And they get up as a natural part of the day, where they get up and move from one class to the next classroom during their breaks and transition times from classes, or between classes. They also have PE, where they get outside, hopefully if it's not raining, and they have opportunities to get exposure to sun and look out windows. So during the day, the children are not locked into their laptops. They do have a natural progression and cadence that helps protect them and keeps their body safe from any fatigue that would happen if they were to sit and look at a device for hours at a time. Now, we, just like in the primary school, we follow the 20-20-20 rule of every 20 minutes, you look at something that's about 20 feet away for about 20 seconds. While we embody that and we use that in the classroom, the children rarely are looking at their laptops for a long period of time. As I said, they'll be looking at their laptop, and then they look up at their teacher, then they're back to the laptop, maybe to the person next to them, or somebody sitting across the table to them. They don't sit, so even though we follow the 20-20-20 rule, they're looking away from their screens much more regularly than that. Also, they get up and walk around, and as I said, they even have their PE class, so they're physically active in ways that you may not see them being at home. So please take the information that we share and use it at home, like the 20-20-20 rule, and also the recommendation that you want to get up and move around. You don't want to sit for hours at a time. In the classroom and with the lesson work that they do, the children will use their laptop for a wide range of activities. Everything from composing music in their music class using GarageBand, to designing 3D objects in their design classes, writing papers in their language art courses, and creating graphs and charts in their science and math classes. So they're going to use the laptops to create a whole host of different types of content and work. And collaboration through online tools allows them to work with other people and develop those interpersonal skills that we want the children to have as they move on beyond, through secondary school and beyond. Another question that's come up, and this one is a fair one given the world we currently live in, what happens if we go online again? You've experienced this already. Now, for students in the secondary school who are using laptops, the complexity of the work that they're completing is appropriately more sophisticated than what they would have been doing in the primary school. And we will continue to have online courses such as that are facilitated through meetings on Google Meet, so if the school is closed, the school will communicate with the families as soon as we can. We will have a plan of action and a course of action that will support the children to the best of our abilities. Now, for the children, as I said this before, this information is shared for both laptops and iPad program. The children will hopefully have their laptops at home. They shouldn't have them at school. And they will follow their timetable as shared from the secondary admin office. The children should be taking their laptops home with them every day. Now, we've covered a lot of information, and I'm trying to go through this as quickly as possible so that this doesn't drag on for you, but we do have some questions and answers. So I'm going to bring those up. And if you have any questions at any time, you can always email me. So one of the questions is, how much of a discount do you get if you purchase the laptop through school? The education discount for Apple is the same across the board for all schools. It's approximately a 5% discount, and then that comes with the the Apple's Apple Care warranty for 2 years, and then Senko MassLink's third-year warranty. So if you were to do a side-by-side comparison of costs between the Senko program and buying it directly from Apple, you may think that the Apple Store's overall cost is a little bit cheaper. But with all the accessories and additional support and service that you get from the Senko purchase, the Senko education package, including the discount, is an overall better price. If my child already has a MacBook Air, a Retina 13-inch 2020, is that a good laptop? Absolutely, 100%. It's a good laptop, and it'll support your child for the next couple of years. The typical lifespan of a laptop is 3 to 4 years, depending on how well it's taken. So a 2020 13-inch MacBook Air is totally fine for a child in secondary school. If it is damaged, since it's already 2 years old, you may need to pay additional costs or fees above and beyond what you would normally expect to cover the repairs. So just be aware of that. And if you purchased a laptop last year from Senko, the laptop is still acceptable for use this year and the next couple of years. A laptop purchased through the Senko program is perfectly acceptable for what the children will be doing. And we also have somebody who asked, can you bring your own laptops? I think I've answered that. I hope I've answered that clearly. Absolutely, you can bring a laptop that you've got, even a Windows laptop. Just make sure that if it's a Windows laptop, it is compatible with Windows 10, the latest update to Windows 10. If it's compatible with Windows 11, that's great, and that it has a minimum of 256 gigabytes of storage. This one, the next question is a good one, and it's one that I think is going to be increasingly happening. Do grade 6 students still need their iPad when they move from primary school to secondary school? They don't necessarily need it, but the iPad is an excellent accessory to the laptop. Now, you may ask yourself, well, why don't they just use the iPad? The type of work that the children will be doing in secondary school is a lot more sophisticated than what they're doing in primary school, which is appropriate and what you would expect. The iPad is an amazing tool. I love it. I use it regularly as during my meetings and my courses. It allows me to annotate. I can read notes and make notes on them. I can edit photos on it. I can sign documents. It's a wonderful enhancement to my laptop because of those writing abilities that's not available on the laptop. So what I would recommend is, if you have an iPad, allow your child to continue to use it as a complement to the laptop. The iPad can do some things that the laptop can't, as I described previously. The other thing that can happen, and this is also really useful, is that the iPad can be used as a second screen. There's updates to the operating system that allow you to extend your laptop screen onto your iPad, which is really useful when you're reading something or working on a paper. You can have the paper that you're writing about or your reference material sitting next to you, and you can have the paper that you're writing in front of you and using the full keyboard to type the paper. So you can, they can keep it if they want to. If you don't want to and you want to get rid of it, not having an iPad will not harm your child's education. Those look like the questions that we've got for today. And we've got a question through the chat. What's the expected life, or rather useful time, of a laptop? Is it expected that you'll buy a new laptop after 3 years? And if this is the case, should you aim for a more powerful choice now? That's a wonderful question, and I would recommend that you don't buy a more powerful laptop now. The children are going to grow in their sophistication, And so I think a more appropriate way is to have the laptops you purchase grow with the children. The package A, B, and C that we have right now are great for the children in their years, grade 6, 7, 8, and 9. If the children in 9 and 10 start to do more sophisticated work by choosing courses such as film and filmmaking, or visual arts, or design, or computer coding, a more powerful computer is appropriate at that time, and that continues on into the DP program as well. So what I'd recommend is that you buy one of the standard packages, which are great right now, and if you do want a little extra power, you would go with package C, which is the MacBook Pro 14-inch with the 16 gigabytes of RAM and the 512 gigabytes of storage and the slightly more powerful CPU, the M1 Pro. You could go with that one, and that would provide some extra power for your child. But if your child really does go down the route of visual arts or film and filmmaking, by the time they get into grade 9 and 10, which is when you'll be looking at buying the next laptop for them, at that point in time, purchase a more expensive or more powerful laptop. I hope that answers that one for you. And with that, I think we've covered everything today. As I said, I'll be emailing this out to you by the end of the day. This will include a link to this live stream, so you can rewatch it at any time that you want. It will also include links to the Shunyu website and the one-to-one program, and the parent resources and support pages that we have, and links to Senko MassLink's online purchasing portal. With this, we're going to come to a close, but I want to remind and reinforce the importance of placing your laptop order early. The global supply chain has taken a big hit because of COVID, and luckily for us, Apple has minimized this hit by pre-ordering the CPUs, but even they are not fully protected from this. So if you are going to purchase through the program, I do recommend you purchase sooner. You'll still get the latest model laptop. That's part of the purchase program. And it'll have a better chance of being guaranteed to be delivered in time for the start of the school year. And with that, I wish you all a wonderful day. We only have a few weeks left in school, so hopefully you have a great conclusion to this year, and your children enjoy transitioning from primary school into the secondary school. And I look forward to seeing your children and seeing you guys again at the start of the school year. Thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves and have a wonderful day.